Greetings, all you Starfinders out there. I'm David, the Digital Dungeon Master, and in this particular video, I'm going to be showing you part 2 of the brand new Starfinder adventure path, Temple of the 12. Alright, so here we are, everybody. Here's part 2 of the Dead Suns adventure path campaign, the Temple of the 12. Now, this is the second book, like I said, and these come out every couple of months. And it's really nice to have the Starfinder subscription because you're guaranteed to get these things. So this is a soft cover. It's not a hard cover. As you can see, it is pretty thin. It does tell you on the spine, so you can actually see what you have on your shelf. This is a total of 68 pages. I believe there's around 30 pages of content. And then there's 30 pages of additional content because Paizo has been saying for over a year now, they are going to use the Adventure Path books as a way to add more content into the game. And I really like that. And as we're taking a look at the digital PDF, I'll go ahead and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So on the back, it'll also tell you what's inside. It has the Temple of the 12 Part 2. And I'll tell you what, if you have played Part 1, it is awesome. They put quality product out at Paizo. I'm very impressed with it. They say they're going to have a gazetteer that talks about a world or maybe a solar system. There's all kinds of other content, like in this month's, there's a big section on the cult of the Devourer. There is a bunch of new aliens, and I'm talking full spread pages like you would see in the Alien Archive. So there's usually about 7 to 10 new alien races every time you get an adventure path. And then there's all kinds of other, they usually do the deck plan of a new starship, statistics for a new starship. They do augmentations for items, for armor, for weapons. They do all kinds of new equipment. They do all kinds of stuff. I mean, this is, like I said, this is a way for them to inject new content that isn't in the core rulebook. And I like that. I like getting little tidbits at a time. But of course, the big 500 and 600 page books are nice too, but you can digest it much easier when it's in a smaller format like this. So how much is this thing going to cost me, Dave? That's what you're probably asking, right? Well, part 2 is going to cost you on both Amazon and on Paizo, full retail at $22.99. I think a light bulb went off on Amazon's head and said, wow, we're selling out of this Starfinder stuff. Let's not sell it at a reduced price. Let's sell it at full retail and make more money. So smart move there, Amazon. $22.99 on Amazon. If you have Amazon Prime, you'll get free shipping. That is the benefit of buying it through Amazon over Paizo. But you can get a PDF, you can get a digital version, so you can make your modules for Fantasy Grounds or for Roll20 or for your iPads and all that other stuff. I have the subscription, and the subscription for the Adventure Path guarantees you the book every 2 months. You pay full retail at $22.99, but you get a free PDF. So I don't have to worry about trying to buy a PDF somewhere. I automatically get it. They put it into my account. It's nice and it's automatic. And then they just charge me every couple months when they put something out. So plus when you have all of the 4 subscription types that they have for Starfinder, you get an additional 15% off. So you're basically saving the shipping that you get free from Amazon, plus you get the free PDF. So win-win. I think going with the subscription program is the way to go, especially if you are going to be doing around the table and also online like what I do. So I think it's well worth the price. Like I said, the story is amazing. It is very nice. I like it. There's lots of art that you can rip out and show your players and stuff like that as well. I don't mean physically just rip the pages out of the book. I mean, rip it off with Adobe or something like that. All right, so let's take a look at the PDF. Nice cover. Here's what I'm talking about with the new content that's going to be injected into each Adventure Path book. And this is a Tier 2 Eoxian vessel. It has all of the stats for you. It has all of the information for you. And that is going to be, so far, within, the first two adventure paths, that's where the vessel's been on the front page. And then it has 3 different chapters. And this is what as we're doing the digital review, I do want to talk to you about the 3 chapters compared to the same price for Pathfinder. And this has been sort of like the theme for Starfinder compared to Pathfinder, where you're pretty much paying the same pricing points for both different games, but the Starfinder content has been actually cut in half, it seems. Like the Alien Archive, it was only half of what a normal bestiary would be for pretty much the same price. And the Adventure Path books are no different. The Pathfinder adventure books are usually around 100 pages, usually over 100 pages, but the Starfinder, they're usually between 60 and 65 pages, which is not quite half, but it's a little over. Now, the Temple of the 12, this has 3 chapters compared to 6 chapters in the Pathfinder adventure paths. Then it has all kinds of, the story is good. Part 1 is just excellent. I haven't had a chance to start reading into Part 2 yet, but I'm sure it's probably going to be just as good as the first part. And there's plenty of art, and it looks like they're not using a bunch of regurgitated art. It seems like the adventure paths are giving you new art. A couple of items. And then it has all of the stat blocks here. A Kabarat smuggler. Nice art. Also has maps as well. Hiring a translator, little side block. It has the maps. And that's actually not a map pack. That looks like it's something probably made just for this. And then, plus, you're pretty much increasing the amount of creatures and aliens that you're going to have anyway for your monster arsenal that you have. Oh, so here's that statue. That's pretty cool. Oh, there's a pretty cool looking Sheeran, a Devourer cultist. So it looks like we're going to have more cultists to deal with. Here's a Temple of the 12 map. That's pretty nice. Kasarix. Ooh, this guy looks good. That's a drow right there. Oh no, an undead elf. Penelier is his name. He's got a heck of a monster block for a challenge rating 6. Very nice. Has all the locations of the temple. Here's another Devourer cultist. A Kasothis. Solstarny. That's a nice new piece of art. Haven't seen that one yet. Oh, so here we go. This is the 3 chapters of the adventure over now. Now, here's what I'm talking about, how it injects like a new planet. And CASTROVEL is one of the I believe CASTROVEL is the 3rd planet from the sun. And this is actually really nice. This has details of CASTROVEL itself. Oh, this is really nice. And they're going to do this every single adventure path. And then, with CASTROVEL, it's going to tell you the overview, all of the major places, other places of detail, the notable locations it's going to talk about. Looks like it talks about the colonies. Here's all the notable locations I was talking about. There's another piece of art. Really nice detail. Another major city. Ah, Sovereign. That's for the elves, if I'm not mistaken. That's where the elves went to after the gap. And here's locations inside of Sovereign. Another city. Wow, this is actually really nice. They did a good job with CASTROVEL. Probably about 10 pages worth of content. Here's a new organization in the Starfinder core rulebook. It talks all about organizations. There's a whole chapter of them. And this injects, because this is themed with the cult of the Devourer, it's going to give you all kinds of lore and information about the cult itself. Very nice. I wonder if it's going to give any graphs like you would inject. Oh, yes, it did. Speak of the devil. Because remember, in the Alien Archive, it talks about all these graphs. And if you want to make custom Cult of the Devourers, here are some nice graphs that you can incorporate on your humanoid type of a Cult of Devourer NPCs. And it looks like they're giving you some specials. Very nice. It looks like it's giving you 6 of them. Ah, very nice. Oh, more. And, ooh, look, here's a couple of new spells, too. Looks like a mystic spell called Carnivorous and a new mystic spell called Viral Destruction. Yeah, I like how they inject this. Here's Devourer, Cult of the Devourer themed gear as well. Actually, quite a bit of it. Looks like there's some advanced melees, some small arms, long arms, and heavy arms. Well, heavy weapons. Very nice. Wow. Then there's, looks like there's some magic items. It looks like there's some weapon fusions. Looks like armor upgrades. Wow, this is gorgeous. I like it. Just think if there was 40 more pages of this stuff, I would just eat it up. Here's the Alien Archive section. Oh, this guy looks cool. The Farron, he's he's an expert. He's got the brain symbol. So he's going to be tougher than the normal ones, the normal NPCs. The Combatant or the Spellcaster. Here's a Combatant. The Kakariki. Looks like a flying monkey. A Lore Guardian. Very nice. A Combatant. Looks like a dinosaur. A Whiskered Renkrita. Looks like a Combatant. And these are all challenge rating 2 to 5, it looks like. A Skyfisher. Looks like a sort of like a dark mantle from the bottom. A Woiko. What type of creature is this? This is pretty crazy. I like it. Plus, it looks like there's some special poison to go with a Skyfisher too. Oh, look at this. There's a new race that you can play too. The Woyoko. Woyoko. You can actually play the Woyoko as a alien race in Starfinder. Pretty nice. Yaruk looks like another dinosaur. And then here's another Codex of Worlds. This is a more injection that they do. This is located in the Vast, it looks like. This is definitely not in the Pact Worlds. This is called Ratharan. And then at the end of every adventure path, it tells you what's coming up as well. Of course, besides the 3 chapters of the adventure. But it looks like they're going to be talking about the Splintered Worlds. Ooh, it's going to have Eox, which is where all of the Necrovites are from, and all of the undead. And the undead are actually considered a race or an intelligent race that you can hang out with in Absalom Station. Pretty crazy. Ooh, it's going to talk about the Corpse Fleet, which is actually involved with the Eoxian Empire. I like that. And then they're going to have more aliens. They're going to have more items. So yeah, there you go. That looks good. And then there is the template. Well, that is the ship right there. It doesn't look like they're giving player maps with no locations, but hey, you can take these off anyway. All you have to do is just rip the images out with Adobe and it'll get rid of those locations anyway. And these maps are done very nicely, so your grids will line up if you're going to be using Fantasy Grounds or if you're going to be using Roll20. So don't be worried. You can get those locations off very easily. So there we are, everybody. That is part 2 of the Dead Suns adventure path for the Starfinder role-playing game, and it is the Temple of the 12. So down in the comments section below, I want to know what you guys think of this adventure path. Have you played it yet? And have you enjoyed running it if you're a game master? And if you're a player, have you enjoyed playing in the adventure path? I want to know down in the comments section. So if you guys enjoyed this video, and I truly hope you did, please do me a huge favor and give me a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. And by the way, I do have a bunch of Starfinder, D&D 5e, and Fantasy Grounds videos here on my YouTube channel that you can check out as well. So once again, everybody, my name is David, the Digital Dungeon Master, And until next time, happy gaming and stay safe.